Hello and welcome back to Culinary Haven. Today I would like to show you how to make a perfect sponge. A perfect sponge is the key to success in making many wonderful cakes. Once this is done, then you can choose your favorite frosting. You can make buttercream, custard cream, whipped cream, any decoration, any cake you like. A perfect sponge is the most important thing in cake making. It's tall and firm and springy. It's perfect. Let's begin. To make our perfect sponge, we'll need 5 eggs, 150 grams of sugar, including a sachet of vanilla sugar, 150 grams of plain flour, and a pinch of salt. And we'll start with separating the eggs. We will put the whites into a large bowl and the yolks into a small bowl. Let's do it. Be very careful when you're separating the eggs. It's very important that there is no yolk in the whites. Otherwise, we won't be able to whip them. If there is a little bit of whites on the yolk, that's fine, but there shouldn't be any yolk in the whites. Next step, we're going to add a small pinch of salt to the whites and whisk them a little bit just to loosen them up. We're going to whisk the whites to stiff peaks as if we were making a meringue. So we will start gradually adding the sugar and keep whisking until we get there. This consistency is called soft peaks, so we're about halfway through. Nearly there. Not holding yet, but it's much firmer now. When we reach the stiff peak consistency, you can check if you're there by turning the bowl upside down, and it will stay in the bowl. Now we're going to start adding the egg yolks, one at a time. And lastly, we're going to sift in the flour a little bit at a time. It's important to sift it rather than just to dump it in. As you can see, there are lumps of flour. We can have that. Start folding it in by just churning it like so. As you can see, we're not using baking powder or baking soda or anything like that, and yet the sponge is going to be tall, springy and fluffy. If we're doing it gently and not deflating the eggs. Just 150 grams, and it takes a few minutes to add it all in. This is it. Now the last addition. Do not overdo it. Just make sure that there is no dry flour. And now we're going to transfer our batter into a spring form. This one is 19 centimeters in diameter, 7.5 inches, with just the bottom lined with parchment and greased, not the sides. Now we will gently spread it and even it out. So you can see it's half full, the tin, and wait till you see it when it comes out in all its glory. And now we're going to bake it in the preheated to 160 degrees Celsius oven for 40 minutes. But just before we put it into the oven, we're going to tap it 2 or 3 times to make sure that there are no air pockets inside. Here we are, straight out of the oven. As you can see, it has risen significantly. Super hot just now. We will leave it in the tin for 15 minutes before we unmold it. Look at that. Gorgeous, isn't it? And now I'm going to lift it and transfer it on to a cooling rack. Tall, firm, springy, perfect. We'll have to wait until the sponge is completely cold before you slice it. So our sponge is now cold completely, and we're going to slice it and show you what it looks like inside. Somewhere in the middle, how I am. Okay. Ta-da! Take a look at that. That's what a perfect sponge looks like inside. Ready to be made into any cake you like. You can make just a simple Victoria sponge, or you can make a Genoise cake or a mocha cake by making coffee cream. Anything that you fancy. The most important part is done. Thank you for watching this episode of Culinary Haven. Please like, comment and subscribe. And until next time, bye.